All right, I want to thank Kristen and Jason and the entire Skift team for having me here today. I'm Noah Glass. I'm the founder and CEO of Olo. I am also the proud parent of a toddler, and one of my son's favorite pastimes is to look out of our New York City apartment window down at the intersection below and count the number of restaurant delivery couriers that he can see. And frequently, he has a scene like this in front of him where he can see multiple deliveries all happening at the same time. What's clear, even to a toddler, is that we're witnessing something big here. We're witnessing a change in the way that people want to eat. Instead of going to the restaurant, having the restaurant come to them. It's a new era of food on demand. What is a whole lot less clear is who is going to be the long-term winner of this trend in the restaurant space, and really how do you measure success as the industry goes through this shift. So what I want to do today, I think a lot of people would say, you just look at who's doing the most digital delivery sales and that's your answer. I want to push us to look a level deeper and specifically look at a brand's ability to drive direct digital sales. And that means sales through its own apps and websites as a key determinant of success in the era of food on demand. So that's my agenda. A little bit of background on me. So I started Olo here in New York City in 2005. We've been laser focused on this space for over 13 years now. To be crystal clear, we are not a marketplace ourselves. We're not a B2C app. We are the B2B technology provider for brands that want to build a digital ordering and delivery experience and let their guests order directly through those apps and websites. We're now doing this for over 250 brands across the industry, and that represents over 50,000 locations nationwide. As a proxy for kind of coverage, if you look at the public restaurant brands, it's now more than half of those that have built their digital ordering and delivery experience on top of Olo. So to quantify what's going on in this shift, if you ask restaurant industry analysts just how big is this going to be, they'll tell you that $200 billion of food sales will shift towards digital ordering and delivery over the next 4 years. So in an $800 billion industry, that's 25 cents of every restaurant dollar. I think it's not hyperbole to say the stakes are incredibly high and the rate of change is incredibly fast. This happening in a 4-year period. So we take it as our mission at Olo to make our restaurant customers the great beneficiaries of this shift. That's our mission. And yet all across the industry, restaurants are getting this wrong. And I'll give you one example. Examples like this are happening everywhere. You have even the most sophisticated large restaurant brands slapping restaurant delivery marketplace logos on really their key advantages, their assets that they should be using for their own platforms, their storefronts, their takeout packaging, even their websites linking off to restaurant delivery marketplace websites, driving the customers into their arms, never to return. This is a mistake, and I want to tell you why, based on looking at the history of another industry that should be familiar to Skift readers. In fact, I'll say I was excited that Skift bought Chefs in Tech and created Skift Table. I was excited about this restaurant forum given Skift's origins in the travel industry because I think this is such a great analog for what's happening in the restaurant industry, specifically the battle between hotels and OTAs, or online travel agents. So OTAs represent an indirect sales channel in the hotel space. And when the OTAs, Priceline, Expedia, Travelocity first came on the scene, the hotels welcomed them with open arms. These were going to be incremental sales that filled vacant hotel rooms and all at a pretty reasonable commission rate. Fast forward to today, that commission rate has slowly crept up quarter by quarter, and it's now a 15 to 30% commission that the OTAs charge when a customer books through that channel to a hotel. And if you look at overall digital bookings of digitally booked rooms, it's now 70% of transactions that are booked through OTAs, not booked direct with the hotel. You don't need to look very far to see how the hotel industry feels about this. You ask a hotel executive, and they'll say a quote like this: "We are in an absolute war for who owns the customer." So the hotel industry really went through this digital shift over the last 15 years, and there are a lot of lessons from it that restaurant executives can learn and take action on. I think the hotel industry, it's fair to say, wishes that they had done things differently early on. So if you think about OTAs representing indirect sales for hotels, the same can be said of restaurant delivery marketplaces for restaurants. They represent indirect sales. So what is so painful about these indirect sales? Well, the first thing that everybody focuses on, and I would say focuses on maybe too much, is that these are economically perilously low margin sales. At the going rate of 20 to 30% in a commission, this results in very low profit or sometimes profitless transactions at the restaurant. But far, far more importantly is the loss of the customer relationship. And what I'm talking about here is not we don't get the customer's email address so that we can add them into our CRM database or send them an email newsletter. What I'm talking about is the risk of conversion. That when the customer sees that restaurant delivery marketplace on your storefront, your bag, your website, and gets sent off to that restaurant delivery marketplace, you're retraining that customer to next time start their order at the restaurant delivery marketplace. And that means that your restaurant is listed next to all of its natural competitors. And in fact, the way that these results usually pop up, the competitors that are ranked the highest and getting the most clicks are those that are agreeing to pay the highest commission rate to the marketplace. So as a result, you might feel great that you've negotiated a really low commission for your restaurant, but you might be at the bottom of the rankings. And this is a race to the bottom for restaurants and their economics. So we really look at a brand's digital IQ and the measure of how a brand is going to stand the test of time in the era of food on demand as the brand's percentage of direct digital sales. And again, that's sales that are originating from the brand's own website or own app. In my mind, this is the question that every restaurant executive, shareholder, analyst, board member should be asking in every board meeting. What is our percentage of direct digital sales, and what are we doing to maximize direct digital sales going forward into the future? So I want to take you through what this looks like. It really starts with a restaurant having a first-rate app and meeting the needs of their existing on-demand customers. And these are customers more and more that want to get food delivered to them. So that means that the restaurant brand can tap into the ability to deliver just like they could through a restaurant delivery marketplace. Olo actually released a platform a couple of years ago called Dispatch. And what that does is it enables the restaurant to tap into third-party delivery couriers to pick up the order just in time and deliver it to the guest on average in 12 minutes from pickup, all without having to pay a commission, all without having to build their own delivery fleet, and of course while keeping that customer on their direct apps and websites. At the store level, what that looks like is having the ability to get all of those orders sent directly into the point of sale and into the kitchen, and to have the ability to manage these direct orders for pickup or direct orders for delivery all in one place in the front of the house, and to have this serve as the kind of control center for the restaurant in a single interface so they can manage all of the orders that are coming in. And once you have this foundation in place, it means that you can then layer in indirect sales channels through restaurant delivery marketplaces and have the confidence that those are the truly incremental sales that you wouldn't have received otherwise. So to bring this all together, this is really what we think success looks like. So this is Wingstop. We feel that they took the happy path in launching digital ordering, which they had nationwide for pickup, and then added digital ordering for delivery. And they did that in parallel in the Las Vegas market for direct delivery through Olo's Dispatch platform, where orders were originating from the wingstop.com website or Wingstop app. And then they added on to that orders from a marketplace. And what they found over time is that they were able to have a ratio of 4-to-1 direct digital orders to indirect digital orders. And by adding delivery, they were able to meet the needs of more customers and get their direct digital sales percentage up to around 25% of total sales. So at Olo, we're absolutely thrilled to work with brands like Wingstop that want to meet the needs of their existing loyal customers who want to order on demand while benefiting from the truly incremental demand that comes through restaurant delivery marketplaces. And by doing so, to really stand the test of time in this new era of food on demand. With that, I'll say thank you and good luck.